Good day and welcome to X News Channel. I'm Stephanie Enamu, bringing you today's top story from Abuja, Nigeria, where the Nigerian Senate is bracing for a potential showdown as suspended. Kogi lawmaker Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan prepares to resume legislative duties on July 22, 2025, despite a stern warning from the upper chamber. The move follows a federal high court ruling that has reignited a heated legal and political dispute between the senator and Senate leadership, led by President Godswill Akpabio. The controversy traces back to February 20, 2025, when a seating arrangement dispute between Akpoti-Uduaghan and Akpabio escalated into a broader conflict. The situation worsened when Akpoti-Uduaghan accused Akpabio of sexual harassment, a claim he has vehemently denied. On March 7, 2025, the Senate suspended her for 6 months, citing violations of its standing orders and bringing the chamber into public opprobrium. This decision was upheld by the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges, and Code of Conduct following an investigation. However, the suspension has faced significant legal challenges. On July 4, 2025, Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja declared the suspension unconstitutional, ruling that it exceeded the Senate's authority. The court referenced a 2018 precedent by Justice Nnamdi Dimba, which limited legislative suspensions to a maximum of 14 days. Akpoti-Uduaghan's legal team has since invoked Section 287(3) of the Nigerian Constitution, which mandates that court decisions be enforced by all authorities, bolstering her case for an immediate return to the Senate. In a statement issued today, Sunday, July 20th, Senator Yemi Adaramodu, chairman of the Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs, cautioned Akpoti-Uduaghan against resuming duties. Adaramodu argued that the court's ruling was advisory rather than binding, with no explicit order for her reinstatement. He emphasized that the Senate did not breach any constitutional provisions in suspending her and noted that Akpoti-Uduaghan has yet to comply with the court-imposed 5 million naira fine, a public apology in 2 national newspapers, and a post on her Facebook page, penalties stemming from a contempt finding against her. Adaramodu described her planned return as premature, disruptive, and legally untenable, especially given her pending appeal in motion for a stay of execution. He warned that any attempt to enter the chamber on Tuesday would constitute a breach of legislative order, promising that the Senate would consider the court's advisory on amending its standing orders and her possible recall at a later date. Undeterred, Akpoti-Uduaghan has signaled her intent to resume work, supported by public statements and social media reactions. Supporters, including ex-user Atati Brown, have criticized the Senate's actions as unlawful, pointing to the court's ruling and accusing the chamber of ignoring due process. The Senate did not step aside for investigation when it suited them, but now they cling to technicalities, Atati Brown posted, predicting legal repercussions if Akpoti-Uduaghan is denied entry. Her legal team argues that the court's decision nullifies the suspension, making her exclusion from the chamber a contempt of court. This stance has fueled speculation of a dramatic confrontation on Tuesday, with security measures at the National Assembly likely to be heightened. The standoff raises critical questions about the balance of power between Nigeria's judiciary and legislature, as well as the enforcement of court orders under Section 287(3). Legal experts note that past cases, such as the 2020 suspension of Senator Ovi Omo Ejeje and the 2010 case of Honorable Dino Malai, have similarly been overturned by courts, reinforcing the judiciary's role in curbing legislative overreach. Meanwhile, Akpabio's leadership has come under scrutiny, with his past controversies, including allegations of diverting over 100 billion naira during his tenure as Akwa Ibom governor 2007 to 2015, adding fuel to the narrative of a power struggle within the Senate. The outcome of this dispute could set a precedent for how legislative discipline is challenged and enforced in Nigeria. As the clock ticks toward Tuesday, all eyes are on the National Assembly. Will Akpoti-Uduaghan succeed in reclaiming her seat, or will the Senate enforce its authority? The resolution may hinge on the judiciary's ability to assert its rulings, potentially leading to further legal battles or a rare public escalation of legislative conflict. For now, the senator remains defiant and the Senate resolute, leaving Nigeria's political landscape on edge. That's it for now on X News Channel. Stay tuned for more updates, and thank you for watching.